Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. Compilation today is quite a few varied ones, some really interesting and nice looking procedures. I think there are four or five in here, including a small child, a retraction pocket, and this first one. Now, when I knew I'd seen him before because it was on my notes, but when I looked at it, it looked really similar to another video that I put out around about the same time. So I think there might be another video of this chap, and I want to say it's called Shards of Earwax, because the ear looked similar shape, similar presentation, not quite as dark, so I think he'd held it quite a lot beforehand. I'll try and find the link to that video, because it was weird how it was kind of just sticking out of the ear in this little shard, and the rest of it was in these shards. It wasn't like one full piece. And I can see how it look quite similar to this one. So it might not be, but it did present quite similar. No two ears the same, but yes, some do look similar. Mostly skin this. Quite tricky to remove, because at points we did get a little bit of squeaking, nothing that was uncomfortable for the patient. And you can see, can't you, the layers of the skin where it's paler on the outside, darker in the middle, which is a hallmark of keratosis, but I don't think that's what this is. Certainly wasn't having any pain, but yeah, it's just a very slow to migrate. The skin is out of this ear, possibly due to the shape of it, because it was quite narrow and quite close this entrance. I'm propping it open with the endoscope, but good looking procedure nonetheless. Speaking of good looking procedures, I've seen a lot out there recently. There seems to be quite a lot of new channels coming on board, which is great. You can never have too many for all you weirdos out there. I always considered myself the new kid on the block, but I suppose I've been doing this a while now. I do also have to pay testament and tribute to the guys who came before me, who kind of paved the way. I'd like to think we're all different enough, you know. There's only so many ways you can present these kind of procedures, but I know everyone brings something different to the party, don't they? If you want a bit more medical detail, you know, there's lots of channels for that. Neil and Connor are great at that. If you want something with a bit more medical, a bit more light-hearted, you obviously got Reese and Taylor there, who are great. I love all those guys. So yeah, I must thank them for getting these things out there on the internet to find the audience. There seems that, there's a lot of new channels coming on board as well now, which is fabulous. Then you've got my good friend Lisa at Suffolk Ear Care, that's SUFFOLK, who's another nurse. I think she's the only other nurse that I know of who does these channels. You've got Adam at Alto, who's doing very well. Somebody tagged me in on, told me about another new one. I think it's called Veritas, Veritas. And I had a quick look, and they have a lady there, I think she's called Rabina, correct me if I'm wrong. But just some lovely looking procedures, but her voice is so soothing. We need more ladies doing this kind of thing. A few hairs in this. I'm not going to go in with forceps just for those few stray hairs, absolutely not worth the risk. Yeah, lovely, beautiful, calming, soothing voice that she's got. So go and check out her channel as well, and give them all. Let them know that I sent you, because you can't have too much of these things. I know some people would watch these all day, all night. You know what I mean? A lot of people love them, don't they? So the more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned. This was a young child, by the way. This second one here, you might well hear him saying a few things halfway through. You will see it wobble a bit as well. I'll tell you why that is. I can't remember which exact point it is. You'll probably see it wobble. I started wiggling it because I'm trying to separate this thing. It was only about 4 or 5 years old, this young man. So brave he was really good. As you can see how still he is, he was great. But what we did, we made the mistake. I mean, I check in on them, especially little people, to make sure that they're all okay. And at one point I started wiggling it to try and get it out, and he was seeing it on the screen. So I do feel it even helps the little people to understand what's going on.
Doing great, mate.
And as he was watching it on the screen, so what's happening? Because he could just see this thing shaking, and he was getting a bit worried about what I was doing, what's going on. And obviously we reassured him that it's all right. And Mum said, you might hear her in the background say, nothing's hurting, is it? It's feeling okay? And he shook his head like this. So, oh, please don't shake your head. But it was stuck at this point, and it's just, I realised that it was stuck at the roof of the ear canal there. So in a minute, I'm just going to readjust my grip. You can just see it peeling down from the top. And that's the bit that loosens it then. And then, like I said, in a bit, I'll start giving it a bit of a shake. And then I'll say, what's going on? He's a bit concerned, bless him. But he's really good. Need to get some new stickers, actually, for the little people. Still haven't replaced them from the other day when they went missing. But yeah, as regards all the other channels, like I said, it's great having some new ones. The first time I've admitted this, I do have one favourite out of all the ones that have been out there, the more popular ones. However, I will never publicly say or admit which one that is. So you can start your own speculation now, but I will never admit to which one that is. But yeah, I do have one that I think is great and I prefer over the others. The rest are great, don't get me wrong. But there is one that I prefer. It's got a right blend and right mix of everything, I think. But do you know what? As regarding the other new channels, there are obviously a lot of channels on there who don't have their own content, shall we put it that way? And I know a lot of you guys let me know where they are. It really narks me. You know, I'm a very laid back person. I don't stress about much at all, but it does annoy me when people nick your stuff because it is theft. So whenever I do see one, I do try and report them to get them taken down. It's just not fair. Get your own. Make your own videos. Don't mind stealing mine. But yeah, I do have a couple of words for you. If that is you, and if you're watching these, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. But I have a special select set of skills and an army of weirdos behind me. You make me sound like a chipmunk. If you speed up my voice and steal my videos, I will hunt you. The weirdos will find you. And we will... No, I'm not allowed to say that, am I? We'll get them taken down. my words. Anyway, we're nearly there. A bit of silliness, sorry about that. Nearly there with this last one here. Wasn't totally blocked, this one. He was having a bit of trouble hearing. He said it was just a bit more. It wasn't as clear as it was, and it was a bit itchy and irritable. So we'll get the occluding wax removed and a few little bits around the edges. But I think he was having more trouble because there was a bit of a retraction in his eardrum, which means the eardrum was being pulled inwards because of a negative pressure on the other side of the eardrum. His eustachian tube not opening and closing for whatever reason. When you find that on both eardrums, it's more often than not. Excuse me. The common causes of eustachian tube dysfunction, it's common cold, respiratory tract issues, hay fever can all cause the swelling and inflammation of that tube, so it doesn't open and close. You can just see, can't you? Just in the attic region there. Bit of a untoward little pocket there that we need to get looked into, but especially when it's just in one ear and the blockage is in one ear, it suggests it can be other things. You know, it can be something in the nasopharynx that may need investigating. So it's always a good idea to refer anyone with just an issue like this, a sucked in eardrum, just on one side. You know, not that you shouldn't refer anyone who's got it if it's severe enough, or you don't fully understand what the cause of it is. If it's on both, then you should do that too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Go and check out those new channels that I told you about. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.